Carson, you've had the ball in your hand now late in the game to either tie or go ahead several times, and you guys just haven't kind of gotten over the top there. What were some of the problems down the stretch?
Yeah, we just didn't execute. I mean, we came out the second half, thought we were moving the ball well. Slow start really hurt us looking back. First half putting up 3 points. The turnover I had, all that stuff's going to make it tough to win in games like this where they're a big kind of ball control team and your drives are really limited. And so every drive is really important, and we started off slow, and that really hurt us. And at the end of the game, we just didn't get it done.
Why are you starting slow?
I'm not sure.
3rd and 2, then 4th and 7 there in the fourth quarter. What went wrong?
Execution. I mean, at the end of the day, execution. Screenplay, we just missed it. The play that hurts, we dial it up and it's right at the sticks and came up short.
Hey, Carson, you and Zach have obviously had a lot of success this year. I think you targeted them 16 times today. Is there good and bad to that? I mean, do you want to move the ball to different people a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, it's always great when you can spread the ball around to everybody. Tonight it just so happened to be, a lot of chances with Zach with the way they were playing coverages and the way they played their techniques. And, Zach had a great game, so I don't know how many times we threw to him or how many completions he had, but I'm sure it was a lot. And so to have that chemistry with him, with the way they were playing him, that's just the way it worked out tonight.
Carson, on that, going back to that 4th and 6 or 7 or whatever it was, to Ertz, why did that play, fall short of the sticks on that?
Yeah, I mean, we knew it was going to be close. It was tight man coverage, so we knew it was going to be right at the stick, and at the end of the day, we came up short.
You had the one opportunity to Alshon down the right sideline. What did you see on that play?
Which one are you talking about?
It was Alshon deep on the right and then deep
earlier in the game, second quarter, I think.
If DB knocked it away.
Yeah, I got to get more behind that throw. Couldn't quite finish it. I couldn't quite see how the end result was, but I know I didn't get quite enough on the throw.
Carson, on the attempt to Alshon in the end zone, did you expect him to go a little further on that, or what happened on that incompletion?
Yeah, I mean, the way they were playing coverage, we had talked about it all week, and then the way they reacted on the field was a little differently, and that's one that we're kicking ourselves. We want to have back, and just missed it.
Well, it's not the slow starts. I mean, I think you guys have 3 touchdowns in 9 games in the first quarter. I think 2 in the same game. Do you think it's an issue? Do you think it's something that you need to resolve, or is it just a fluky thing? I mean, do you feel different early in games?
I know I personally don't feel different. Some people could say you want to settle in, all those things. I don't feel that way. I thought that was something, I don't want to talk about last year, but that's something that we did really well last year. And it's really hard to put your finger on why it is the way it is this year. A lot of it's just little execution things that are a big deal. And so, I mean, we got to go back and look and see what our team's doing to us early in the game. Why are we having these slow starts? And really, look hard in the mirror because I think tonight that's what cost us.
Doug had mentioned about
like the scripted plays that the other team is all over them every week. 1-yard passes and picks and things like that. It's like they know what's coming almost.
What was the question?
To the layman on the slow starts, it looks like the scripted plays are just being run right into the teeth of the defense over and over again.
It's good observation.
Doug had mentioned, you said, look at yourselves in the mirror. Doug said that was his message to the team afterwards. You have to make sure that you're doing everything you can to prepare. What do you, as someone who has the pulse of the locker room, what are you sensing in that respect?
I mean, I know this one hurt. This one hurt. Obviously, Sunday Night Football, divisional opponent. The Cowboys coming into our home. Really the way we've played the last couple times at home. That's not what we pride ourselves on, and this one hurt. So I know we got a lot of veterans in there, a lot of leadership, and, like you said, like Coach said, and I'm going to keep echoing the same thing. We all got to look in the mirror. What can we do differently? Where can we be better? And we realized a lot of people are going to want to write us off at this point, and now it's just time to play ball and try and go shock some people.
Do you feel like you go ahead.
To follow up on that, that's been the message before from Doug, from you. What makes you think these next 7 games are going to be any different?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that's been the message before. To some extent, I feel like this press conference is even a broken record almost. You know, we've been here a couple times, and we know at the end of the day, every one of these games is close. And this is the National Football League; it's hard to win. And we've let a handful get away from us now that we're really just kicking ourselves. And like you said, I mean, we've said it before, so it's really just are we going to step up? Are we going to make the corrections? Are we going to come out faster each week? And you know, I believe we have the guys to do that.
It seems like some of the designed shorter passes, screens have not been as successful as they were last year. Is that? Do you see that? Is that a theme that's been running through the course of the year?
It's hard to say, honestly. After tonight, I'll have to go watch the film. Just thinking back on some, I know we had a couple screens that were right there. Even that 3rd and 2 late in the game, we had it right there. We just the one guy, you know, knifed through and made the play. And you know, they're the same stuff that we hit last week or 2 weeks ago against Jacksonville for the 35-yard touchdown or whatever it was. And so those are just little things that we're just missing by this much that make a big difference.
It looked like Golden kind of had a fairly limited package of plays. Is that tough at all when you're trying to work a guy into the offense?
I mean, anytime you're trying to work a guy in the middle of the season, it's tough. You know, he's done a great job picking things up from the second he got here. He's putting in a lot of time at the facility, you know, meeting with coaches, asking questions. And I feel confident in him wherever we put him and whatever we ask him to do. Hard to say, could we have used him differently tonight? Hard to say, but I'm really confident in him as a player and as a teammate going forward here. And I'm sure he'll get more and more involved as we go.
Carson, this may seem like an unfair question considering how far you've come to come back from your injury, but what do you think you can do better or more of to get this team back on track?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to execute better. At the end of the day, and that comes on my shoulders, that comes on the O-line, that comes on everybody. Execution is the biggest thing. It's really hard to stand up here after a game and just pinpoint one thing. You know, starting slow, that's something that I think I can do better in making plays early in the game, trying to get guys going. But again, it's really hard to just put your finger on one thing. But executing, you know, some of the situational football, some of those red zone plays like the play to Alshon, those are things we just got to hit. We got to hit, and that's at the end of the day just execution.
Never take 2 more questions. Are you seeing the execution in practice? What's it been like in the practice field? Is it just in the game that it kind of pops up?
Yeah, I mean, practice looks good. You know, I thought even tonight execution later in the game wasn't bad. Just early in the game, we were just slow start, missing things here and there. At the end of the day, though, that's a good football team. You know, that's a good defense. They did some things early to kind of get us out of our rhythm a little bit. So you got to tip your hat to them at some point. And I thought we made great adjustments at halftime. We just, you know, it was too little, too late.
Can there be a tendency to maybe try a little too hard to start fast to the point where it becomes counterproductive?
I mean, there could be. I can't say that's what's happening to us. Like I said, it's a culmination of things. But at the end of the day, you got to tip your hat to them. Like I said, they did some things early to kind of take away what we wanted to do, made some plays, and we just didn't execute enough early in the game.
Thanks, Carson.
Thanks, guys.